Welcome to EPG Pathshala. In the last module, I have covered how we can use MySQL to create database, create table. In today's session, I am going to discuss about how you can create user, assign privileges to the user, revoke privileges from the user, and how you can use select statement to retrieve data from single table and use of insert, update and delete statement. So, let us start with user and privileges. When you install MySQL, root user is automatically created. Root user is an administrative user which has all the privileges to perform any operation on any database on the server. So, root user is capable to drop any table or database. To prevent other users from their either accidentally or intentionally drop entire database or drop tables, other user must be created with fewer privileges than the root user. To create user, various privileges can be assigned to them. The following 4 privileges allow user to work with data which is stored in the table of database. The privileges are select, insert, update and delete, means all the DML statement, and the next 4 privileges which allow user to modify the structure of database or table. These are the create, alter, drop and index. So, these are the privileges you can assign. Apart from that, there are some other few privileges also, like one is all. All means all privileges, you can optionally skip privileges also. So, all privileges available at the current level, it does not include grant option to grant privileges. Grant option allows a user to grant privileges available to his or her to other users, and usage means no privileges. It is just used to modify existing account without changing privileges for that account. Privileges defined at 4 different levels, namely global, database, table and column. If you see at the PPT, I give example as well. When you write global means you can write star dot star. Here the first star indicates that it is a database, and after dot these are table. That means all database and each database all table. So, you can give the total privileges to that user when you assign global privileges. Second level is database level. Say for example, account dot star, that means that all the tables of account database have given privileges. You can give one particular table also, for that you have to write database name dot table name. Say for example, account dot vendor. So, account is a database and vendor is a table of account database, and in a table particular column you can also give privileges to column also. For example, you can write vname account dot vendor, that means column name and then you provide database name dot table name. So, to create user, there is a general syntax. The syntax is create user, username and optional you can provide host name, though it is optional, but it is strongly recommended that you should provide. If you skip it, by default it will be take percentage wildcard character, that means user can log in from any host. So, the general syntax is create user, username @ host name identify by password. Password must be written in the single quotation. This is one example given here, create user Hiren at localhost identified by Hiren. I will show you the demonstration of this video for that one. Say for example, let me show you how a user can be created in MySQL. So, it is in SQL I have written the syntax create user Hiren at localhost identified by Hiren, and now press the go button. So, here you can get Hiren at localhost is created, and you can move to the localhost, and in localhost there is a MySQL database. In MySQL database there is a user table, and in user table it will show all the host and user with password. So, here a user Hiren at localhost created and password is encrypted form, it is in hash form. So, that will be displayed. This is the structure of table user, which have all this host and user composite primary key, as well as what are other privileges you can provide to them, that will be displayed. So, this is how you can create user. As I say, host name is not specified, then MySQL use percentage as a wildcard character to indicate it can be from any host, and it is strongly recommended that host should be specified. Say for and username must be unique. That means, once a user is created, you cannot create user with the same username. As like in earlier example, if I create user Hiren at localhost, now I cannot create another user Hiren on localhost. Let us say one demonstration for this one also. Say for example, if I use this one without host. So, I write create user Hiren identified by Hiren and click on go button. So, you can go to the user table of MySQL database and look at here, there is a host is a percentage symbol and this is the password, but percentage means it can be on any host. You can rename user also. So, to rename user statement is used to change the name of user. So, original user has privileges, these privileges are transferred to the new user. The syntax is rename user old name to new name. Say for example, here I write rename user Hiren to hdj@localhost. So, I will demonstrate by video. So, I write rename user Hiren to @localhost, click on go button, and now if we move to the user table and look at here. So, our username is renamed as a hdj, right, for localhost Hiren to hdj. So, this way you can rename user also. And to change password for a user, grant user statement is used. To change password for @, the localhost, you can write grant users on *** to username at host identify by password. So, here I write grant users on *** to @localhost identify by password. If we see with video, you can check it here. This is the statement I have written. Now, I press the go button. So, it will display that when you move to localhost and go to MySQL database and inside user table. So, in user table the password is though encrypted form, but it will be now changed. Earlier it will be Hiren is same. So, that hash will be is this, now the value is this. So, that way you can change the password also. Before you grant privileges, you must connect it as an appropriate user, and root user has all the necessary privileges to grant privileges to another user. The general syntax for grant privileges is grant, then you provide privileges on optional database name dot, then you have to specify table name to username 1 optionally identify by password. Within the same statement you can assign to multiple users. So, you can optionally provide comma and username and optionally identify by password, and optionally you can provide with grant option. With grant option allow the user to given privileges to another user if he has a appropriate privileges. In case database name is not specified, means skips, then MySQL use the current database, and with grant option allows the user to grant the privileges for that user to other users. Say for example, to grant select privileges to Hiren at localhost for the account database, you can write grant select on account dot star, means all the tables of account database to Hiren at localhost. Let us see it with demonstration. Say for example, so this is the, you can go to the localhost and account, and there is a, you can check privileges also. So, there is a global privileges. Now, I move to SQL and let me write grant select on account to Hiren at localhost and go button. Now, again if I move to privileges in account, I have to go to localhost and privileges database and on account. So, look at here, there is a one user is Hiren, host is localhost and database specific select privileges will be added, and with grant I do not provide. So, this is why it shows no. Even you can drop any user also, say for example, to drop user the syntax is very simple, drop user HDJ at localhost. So, that allow you to drop any user also. So, it can be drop also. If you want to grant insert, update and delete privileges to Hiren at localhost to the account database, you can write grant, and what are the privileges separated by comma, like here I write grant insert comma update comma delete on account dot star to Hiren at localhost. So, that will be added. Say for example, let me give demonstration that how you can add that one also. This is the video. I write the code, click on go button and you can go to the localhost and then privileges in database and account. So, look at here, now it will be added as select, insert, update and delete, right. Earlier it was only select, now it is select, insert, update and delete. So, that way you can add privileges as well. Generally create user statement is used to create user and grant statement is used to assign grant to the particular user. You can use within a single statement create the user and assign privileges to the user also. For example, the next statement shows how you can create two user. The first user is @localhost and Hiren @localhost, and it will be grant select, insert, update and delete to the account database. The syntax is grant select comma insert comma update comma delete on database name dot table. I give all the tables. So, account dot star to first user is @localhost identified by @localhost, password must be written in single quote, comma second user is hirenj @localhost identified by hirenj @localhost. If we see the video, you get the idea that within the same statement how you can. So, this is our syntax. Here I write grant select, insert, update, delete on account dot star for this two user. Now, if you click on go button, so the statement will be executed, and if you look at now MySQL and there are user table. So, there are you can browse. So, two users will be added HJ and Hirenj. You can look at here, these two user are added here HJ and Hirenj, right. These two users are added here and their privileges are assigned to them. If you like to see these privileges, you can also check their privileges there. There are localhost, and if you move scroll down, yes, there is a Hiren and Hirenj. So, both have localhost and they have password and privileges are uses. So, this is how you can within the single statement you can create user and assign privileges to it. You can given privileges to specific column also. To give privileges to specific column, you have to in the grant statement you can write grant, then grant name, and then you have to provide the privileges and into bracket column name. Say for example, here I code grant select for which column VID and VName, and update for which column address on account dot vendor table to HJ @localhost. And let me show you the video demonstration. So, here you can grant on particular column. This is the syntax I have written. Then we click on go button, and after clicking on go button that will be added to that particular. You can check it. I will show you how you can view the privileges as well also. So, this way you can assign grant privileges also. To assign all the privileges, all keyword is used. Say for example, you can write grant all on start.start to DBA with grant option, because generally database administrator must have all the privileges. So, here you can assign this value, or you can say super user or DBA generally all the privileges. So, you can assign all the privileges by using all keyword. To view privileges, you can use this statement, select user comma host from mysql.user. So, as I say, MySQL is a built-in table for MySQL database. You can consider it as a data dictionary, because in RDBMS whatever you create, that will be also stored as a one of the value of a table. So, MySQL is MySQL's database, and this database is a user table. So, you can check about user by using that syntax. It has two column, user and host in user table, and it will be name which user keep tracks of which user. Say for example, I will show you view privileges. Let me play this video. So, I write select user host to this one. So, it will show you how many users are here. Right now, to check that which grant you have assigned to that particular user. So, you can use show grant statement for user, and for user is optional. If you skip it, it will be given to the current user, and you can view grants for user specific user also. You can write show grants for @localhost. So, it will display grants for the @localhost user. Let me show you by video. Look at here, I write show grants. So, it will show grant all privileges on start.start to root, and grant proxy on @ to root at localhost with grant option. And now, if you view privileges, show grants for @localhost. So, localhost, these are the grant or privileges you assign. First I give only select, then we give insert, update, delete on only account database, because root user has access to all the database, all the table. This user we assign only for account database. So, it will show account, and then we grant on particular column. So, it will be display select for that 2 column and update on that column on account. So, this is you can view privileges also. Show grant statement is used for that purpose. To revoke privileges, because sometime you may require that a user is misusing the privileges assigned to him. So, it is required that you can revoke privileges, or if the task is completed, say for example, you given to rights or privileges to insert record, and now you do not want user should insert record. So, you can revoke these privileges also. So, for that revoke statement is used. The general syntax is revoke, then you write privileges list, which is separated by comma, on optional database name dot table name from username 1 or multiple users separated by comma. This is for example, to revoke, update and delete privileges from account database, you can write revoke privileges update comma delete from account dot star from @localhost. Let me show you by video with example. Say for example, this is I can, and I will show you that if you want to revoke all these privileges, you can write revoke all grant option from username. So, it revoke all privileges, but to revoke all privileges, the user must have global create user privileges, and to revoke specific privileges, the user must have a grant option privileges that he is revoking. So, let us view one video for revoke statement. So, this is the first one, revoke update delete on account from @localhost, and once it is revoked, so you can check it by privileges that show grants command will help you to show you that as we have update and delete revoke. So, it has only select and insert, because earlier we provide all the 4, but now it has only select and insert. And if you revoke all the grants or privileges and then you show grants statement, so it will be show that only it has no privileges, or it will just display, just look at the syntax here, show grants for username @host and click on go button. So, it will be grant users on star. So, we know that grant users is actually not very helpful. It is just a statement which allow you to work when you create user, assign grant or for that purpose. So, this is about privileges. Now, we know how to create table. So, once a table is created, you have to insert data into it, and that can be done either in graphical user interface way or command line interface. I will show you as an initial phase both the way, but you can use any one method whichever you like, or both the method you can use. We know that how to create table. So, to create table you can write create table, table name and then field name. Say for example, let me create one table here. So, I start my WAMP server. As it is start, I move to my PHP myadmin, and into PHP myadmin I would like to work on one particular database. Right now, I am login as a root user. So, this is in account only vendor table. Now, I would like to create another table. So, I write syntax in SQL. So, let me write create table, let us say for example, customer with attribute customer ID, int, and it should be, let me write unique, and I can provide it should be integer 4, the constraint, or I would like to write as a unique, and it should be auto increment. This is my first column. Then I can write customer name, first name or last name. I give it customer name, it is varchar and it's 20 character. Then customer, let us say city, it is again varchar and let us say 25 character. Any other attributes I have not defined. Then I can write customer email, which is varchar and up to 50 character long, and customer mobile, which is again varchar and say 30 character. Now, I have to close the parenthesis also, because this parenthesis is for size and this is for create table syntax. Someone also prefer to write the syntax in that way, so you do not get any error. So, I create one table customer on the account database, click go. So, that there is a problem to auto increase, I think spelling mistake. So, it should be auto increment and click on go button. So, look at here, one table customer is created here. Now, customer table is created here and you can see the structure of it here. Now, if you click on browse, so there will be no any record. So, you can insert by this GUI or through SQL. Let me write through SQL. So, I can write insert statement is used to insert the record. I just show you the syntax that you can use to add new records using insert into statement, and general syntax is insert into table name, then column list. Column list is optional if you insert record for all the columns. If you are not inserting record or values for all the column, then you must specify column list separated by comma in parenthesis, insert into table name, column list, then you provide values and values for corresponding columns. So, their data type should be compatible or should be match, and this way you can insert. And as I say, column list is not specified, then column value must be specified in the same order as they appear when you create table, and must provide value for each column. And if column list is specified, then the value must be specified in the same order as they appeared in the column list, and the column as default value and allows null value can be omitted from the column list. You can also omit an auto increment column as well. Let us take example of one by one. Say for example, let me add here first record, insert into customer, and here I provide value for all these columns. This are all the fields. So, I can write values. Customer ID is let us say 1, customer name is let us say Vipul, that I will write in single quote because character always written in single quote. Let me make zoom it, so you can visualize it clearly. Insert into customer, then customer city. So, let me provide customer city is Ahmedabad, comma, its email is, let me write VM, okay, I have to write in single quote, it is VM123@gmail.com, and finally its mobile. So, that again I provide as a varchar data type. I will write any number, let us say for example, his number is this, and close the parenthesis. So, I insert into customer values. There are 5 fields and I provide value for all the 5 fields. Click on go button. So, now if you browse, so you can check that, okay, I will make it small. So, look at here, the value will be added here for the table customer. If I want to add only for few columns, I can write insert into customer, let me write customer ID and customer name, and values is let us say 2 and name is, let me write Vimal. So, all the fields which I have not enter, that will take null value. Say for example, click on go button. So, now if you browse it, you can check second is Vimal and these all are null. If you remember, we take CID is auto increment. So, say for example, if I write insert into customer, and now I write only C name and C city for customer ID and customer city, and values, let me write or semi I can. So, it is my third record, and as I define CID as a auto increment column, if you look at here, it will be take value as a 3. Here I do not provide any default. If I want to change it, so I can change it also. Say for example, for C city, I would like to make the default value. So, I can provide here default value also. So, let me say for example, I will write Ahmedabad as defined, and I write as a Ahmedabad. So, I this alter table, and as we have learned last session that you can alter table also. So, change with default. So, now what is use of default? Now, let us say for example, if I insert any new record, insert into customer, and I write only customer name and customer email, and provide values. Name is let us say Mahesh, and its email is mp123@yahoo.com. So, I provide customer name and customer email. CT I do not provide, customer ID is auto increment. So, it will take new value, but email is this, and city by default we define as a Ahmedabad. So, if we insert it and if you look at, so now it will be take by default as Ahmedabad. If you record with some value, say for example, if you write insert into customer and you write customer name and customer city and customer email, and you can write values let me write Chetan, city is, now I define here city. If I define, so that value will be override. If I not write, then by default it will be take Ahmedabad, but as I define here it will be take value is Rajkot and his email ID is csp25@yahoo.com. So, just look at here, if I click on go button and click on browse, you can get that value, this record will be available to you. And as I say, through GUI, if you click on insert, so it will show you option and here you can write value. Say for example, we have how many records right now? We have ultimately we have record 5. So, I go to the insert. If I do not know, I can skip it. Here I write name as a, let me write Anand. By default city is Ahmedabad. If I would like to change it. Email I do not know, its mobile number is 7654123890, right. If I want to add multiple record, I can add multiple record at a time. If I click go button, so that will be also inserted and you can check it. We have all this record in our table. So, this is all about insert. You can insert record in that way. So, as we saw, that default keyword is used to provide default value, and when you create table you can write default and corresponding default value. So, when you insert value and not insert value for default column, it will be take default value. If you provide value, then the default value is override by the value provided by you. Null keyword is used to insert null value into columns, and null value can only be inserted if column is defined. So, it allows null value. All this example we have taken, if I want to take for null, you can explicitly write null value also, and that I have not written only, otherwise you can just type insert into, say for example, let me write one more insert statement. We have 6 records. So, let me write record number 7. I can write insert into customer values, let me say CID is now I write 10, name is say for example Bhavin, its city is default, or let me write it is Ahmedabad. So, I think I do not need to write it, but as I not provide here column list, so I have to provide some value for that one. So, let me write its city is, let me write Surat, its email is I do not know. So, I can write null, mobile I do not know. So, I can write null also. Click on go. So, that will be inserted. If you check it, so you can provide null value that way also. So, this is insert. Now, record will be inserted. So, to retrieve the record you can use select statement. Select statement is used to retrieve record. Keep in mind, it will be just read the data, that will be not change your data. It is used to retrieve the data, and it shows data of column in specified column list table. The general syntax for select statement is select, then you write column list separated by comma from table name. These are the compulsory part, rest all are optional part. After you can write where and search criteria, then you can write order by and order by list, and then limit to limit. These all are optional. Of course, this is a single table query. If we use more than one table, or within a single table you can again use more clause like group by, having, etc. But just keep in mind that the order must be followed. First you have to write select column list, then from table name, then where, and then order. You cannot change the order. First order by and then where is not valid, because it retrieves the data, then filter it and then order it. So, that you have to keep in mind. This is the example I will show you to view all records from all the table or few columns and column name in any order. So, let me go to the SQL and let me write select statement here. Let me write select star from table. So, star means all the columns and it will show all the records. So, I click as you click go, it will show me all the records, right. Now, if I want to use only particular column, so I can write select customer name comma customer city from customer. So, I would like to view only two columns, their name and their city. So, click on go. So, it will be display only this two column. Not only that, you can change the order also, like because it is just you are viewing the data. Like say for example, first I would like to view its name, then its email, then its city and then its ID from customer. CCT and CID. So, look at here, but again as I said, just keep in mind your original table is as it is just the data retrieved in that particular format. So, first it will be CNAME and it allows you to reorder also in ascending or descending order in MySQL, and in MySQL you can write SQL in that way. For C email also, this arrow indicate you can change the order, right, CCT, CID, etc. and just keep in mind it will be either ascending or descending order. So, this is about basic select statement. You can use where clause also. Now, where clause is used to list selected records. That means, you do not want to view all the record, but record based on particular criteria. So, where clause is used to filter your record. The general syntax as you can use is where, then expression 1, operator and expression 2, and to compare string literal or date literal you can use between quotes this string literal or date literal. For numeric you do not need to use quotes. Let us take few example of where clause. Say for example, to display records with matching criteria, let me show you some example. Like there are many records, say for example, I would like to view either all or only. Let me write select star from customer where CCT is equal to, let me write Ahmedabad. So, it will give me all the records where city is Ahmedabad. So, only 3 record as this value. It can be any value, but I just show you here, and you can edit your code from here in MySQL. You can explain SQL, PHP code will be also created, that I will take later, but if you look at edit code. So, it will be, and not again it not necessary you always use star. Suppose you use CID and CNAME from customer where CCT is this, let me type here CCT also from customer and click. So, that will be also show you this record only. So, this is about select clause, and then you can display column with specified search criteria. Character comparison as I done for here it is in single quote or double quote for this one, and you know that the rows being are tested means whatever the condition you return for that one. Say for example, for this SQL I have written CCT is equal to Ahmedabad. If its condition is true, so it will display only those record where this condition is become true. So, in this 3 record this condition is true, that is why it shows only this 3 record. Numeric literal is compared without quotes, that means if I want to use that, let me close first this and again I write SQL. So, I can write select star from customer where CID is greater than 5. So, it will show me all the customer ID where customer ID value is greater than 5. Say for example, click on go button. So, it will show me 6 and 10, and here I do not need to use quote because it is numeric value. Search criteria can be done on any column on the base table irrespective whether it is include or not. That means, I can write select query also like that way, like I can write select CID comma CNAME from customer where customer city means C city is equal to, let me write Rajkot. So, though I not include Rajkot in select clause, in select I want to display only this okay, sorry, I have to write just select CID CNAME from customer where C city customer city is Rajkot. So, here in select I have not mentioned C city column, but though I can provide it in here because it is available in my base table. If it is not in base table I cannot write it, but if it is in base table I can write, and generally I follow this structure select in one line, from in another line, where in another line. So, that will be make your code more readable as well. If you click on go button, so it says select CID CNAME, okay, there is a one more quote is there, that is why it shows error. So, now it will show this 2 records because I do not want to display here C city, but these are the 2 value available there. Can be done on any column. So, that is all about this one. Now, if null value is comparing with then you result will be always null, and null value is, we know that is a special value, and to compare with null value is null is used. Let us say for example, here I have a, if I look at this table, so we have C city is null. So, if I write like select star from customer where C city equal to null. So, let us check what it will be shown, right. So, it will be not show any record because though there are some null values here, it does not show me any record because there are one record is here, second number record as a C city is null. So, to work that, what should I write? I should write select star from customer where C city is null. I have to use the is null keyword. If I click on go button, so now it will be show that value. So, just keep in mind that when you use where clause, you can compare with null value, you have to use this value. The logical operators and other things I will go very quickly. You can use this logical operators and or not with your where clause, and it will be used to create compound condition consist of 2 or more conditions. The order of precedence is not and or, and parenthesis is used to override the order. Let me take very simple example. Say for example, if I write select star from customer, not necessarily star, but I just to give simplify the syntax, write star select star from customer where C city is, let me write Ahmedabad or customer city is Surat. That means it will be take only those record where customer city is either Ahmedabad or Surat. So, when I click on go button, it will show me all the records. We have one record with Surat. So, I think spelling what I have written for Surat, let me just copy this record, and in Surat I have written SUART, my spelling mistake. So, either I have to update it, let me edit it, it should be SURAT, or I have to write in query that value. Right. So, now it will be inserted. Now, if I go to the SQL and type that code, so it will display all the records where city is either Ahmedabad or Surat. So, this is the condition statement. You can use and also, say for example, if I write, say for example, here customer name is Vimal and city is Ahmedabad. So, I can write that way also, select star from customer where customer name is, let me write Bhavin, and customer city is equal to Ahmedabad. So, it will check both the condition name and city. If it is satisfied, then it will display result, otherwise it will be show empty result. The reason is Bhavin I have written on Surat, but if I write or for that query, then it will be work. If I write select star from customer where customer name is Bhavin, or it should be provide space, customer city is Ahmedabad. That means it show me either customer name is Bhavin or customer city is Ahmedabad. So, in my table there are these records, that means Bhavin, though Bhavin live in Surat, but as per my condition it will show me that record. So, these are logical operators. You can use where clause with and or not. In keyword is also used to test whether an expression is equal to evaluating list expression or not. In will be is used to with in keyword. For example, you can write the same query, I can write select star from customer where customer city in Ahmedabad, comma Rajkot. It is actually very similar. Instead of that, I can write select star from customer where C city is equal to Ahmedabad or C city is equal to Rajkot. So, it will give me result of all the customers who lives in Ahmedabad or Rajkot. So, this is the same thing, you can use in keyword instead of writing multiple or statement, you can use that statement, because I will just give you idea that you can write where city is equal to Ahmedabad or city is equal to Rajkot. The output will be same for this one. You can use not operator also with in, like say for example, I can write where CID is where C city, I can write not in, and now I write Ahmedabad and Rajkot. So, it will show me only those records where city is not Ahmedabad and Rajkot. Right. So, we have only that one record. So, this is about in keyword. You can use between keyword also. Between keyword is used to test whether an expression is a range of value or not. The lower limit must be coded as lower value and upper limit must be coded as the second expression. lower and upper value order is not follow, MySQL will return an empty result set. Say for example, I can write, I will show you because it is very easy. So, you can done it yourself, but let me give brief idea that you can write select star from customer where CID between 3 and 5. So, it will display record number 3, 4 and 5 where customer ID is 3, 4 and 5. So, this is customer ID for between keyword. You can use like and regular expression also. Like is used to use with wildcard character. Instead of equal to, you want to extract particular record. So, at that time like will be useful. Say for example, you can use select star from customer where customer name like I would like to find out all the names with start with V. So, I use V and percentage symbol. Percentage means as many characters as you like, not only one character. So, where C name like V percentage. So, it will display all the records whose names start with V. And another symbol is used as a underscore symbol. Underscore symbol is used for any single character entry. Say for example, you can write like, let me edit it, select star where V name like first character can be any, then there should be A and then can be any character. So, it will display all the record where second character is A. If I click on it, so there will be one record where is A is a second character. In the similar way, you can apply regular expression as well. The symbol used in regular expression is caret to match pattern starting of a string, dollar which end of a string, dot to match any single character, matches any bracket is used for range. You can use in range for hyphen symbol. Only bracket is any single character from the bracket, and pipe symbol is used to OR operator like that. So, I just like say for example, if I write select R from customer where email regular expression start with M. So, it will display, but I think in my database is there any user whose email ID start with M? Yes, this one. So, if I copy and paste it, so it will display that record. Just give you demonstrate, say for example, so it will display that record. So, this is regular expression and you can use this to value also. This is example. Order by clause is very simple. You can use order by clause to display particular record in particular order. Say for example, to display any record you can write select star from customer and I write order by customer city. So, it will be started from alphabetical order. If we look at the result, so first it will be show Ahmedabad, then Rajkot and then Surat. It can be either character or numeric value also, and if you want to display in descending order, so you can write order by, then use keyword DESC for descending order. Say for example, if I write order by C city DESC means descending order. So, now it will display Surat first, then Rajkot, and you can after column name you can provide that order. This is the general syntax. It can be ascending or descending, by default is ascending order, and you can use ascending and descending order simultaneously for different column. Just take very simple example. For example, you can type select star from customer order by customer name is in descending order and customer city is in ascending order. I do not write ASC because by default it is ascending. So, it will display record with customer name and then customer city. So, these two are from Rajkot. So, first Devdutt and Rajkot and then Chetan and Rajkot, and Anand and Ahmedabad is last. So, this is order by clause you can limit statement is also used, it is optional, but you can provide that how many limit record you would like to display, you can use it. The general syntax is limit, offset and row count, and in case that offset is optional, it will be give you only one value. Say for example, if I write select star from customer and let me write limit 2. So, it will display only 2 record, but if I write select star from customer limit 2 to 3. So, it will display record number 3, 4 and 5, because offset is 2 and starting from 3. So, 3, 4 and 5 it will be displayed to me. So, this is offset value limit clause, and limit is generally used with order by. After order by you can use limit. I think that will be sufficient for today. In the next session I will take little bit remaining about the single table, what we can do with MySQL, and how we can use define constraint and use join table, that I will show you on next lecture. Let me summarize today's session. So, first we know how to create user, how you assign privileges to user and revoke privileges from user. Then we know how to insert a record, then we use select statement to retrieve the data from single statement for all the column, for few columns. Then to filter the record we can use where clause, in where we can use various things like between keyword, in keyword, then how you can use logical operator with where clause, etc. I hope you enjoying this session. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.